The most socially anxious year of my life was when I played dumb in East Coast Elite's bed. No matter how hard he tried, it was hard to grit my teeth and not say a word. Until his first love returned home and gave me a $30 million severance package. Excited, out of the mouth, "Thank you, sir, you're too generous," cover my mouth sheepishly, and the man bursts into angry laughter. "Little dummy. Don't tell me this is medical marvel, roses weave romantic dreams, chase to see roses romantic meaning. Endless, all the way to the romantic unending." Be sure to like, comment, forward, follow, open the small bell, beautiful drama on time to embrace. Dumb card trophy girlfriend. There is no need for flattery under the bed, no need to boast about how great the golden father is in bed. The only trouble is can't curse when you're in a hurry, like right now. Liam Carter catches me walking away, hands pinched, flips me over hard. Gnawing and biting, fiercely seeming to tear the flesh off and swallow it. A dog AI. Cursed furiously in my heart, on my face, I was too weak to do anything. Red eyes, barred tears, finding a fulcrum in the midst of the shaking, hugging the man's neck, begging for mercy, rubbing my face, from experience. As soon as I make that face, Liam Carter will soon end the fight, but tonight, he doesn't know what hit him. Pulled out ultra-thin condoms after ultra-thin condoms, from the bed to the bathroom to the couch, making a scene until midnight. Before he satiated himself by carrying me back to bed and laying me down again. I was so tired, but the thought of what was about to happen, instantly lost sleep. H1 class equals /paragraph title /02/H1 in the afternoon, one of Liam Carter's brothers came to the house. The study door was not closed tightly. The sound of thin conversation came out. "Vivian will return to China tomorrow. Will Mr.Gu send a car or pick her up in person? Is Vivian worthy of your name?" Liam Carter's voice was cold. The man quickly changed his tone. Okay, I don't deserve it. This is your exclusive nickname." It was a plea for forgiveness, but it was more of a jab. Everyone knows that Liam Carter has a first love that he can't forget. She was well protected by Liam Carter. The people only know that there is this person. They don't know the exact name or what they look like. No one knew why they weren't together. Once, I had nothing to do but help Liam Carter organize his study. Seen a yellowed old photo of first love wearing a hat, side to the camera, the only half of his face exposed. It resembles me. The first time I met Liam Carter flashed in my mind, was standing on the side of the road playing with my cell phone. A car pulls up in front of me, didn't pay attention to it. I thought it was the car I had called, opened the door and got in. When you go out, you give yourself an identity as a socially anxious person, in order not to be picked up by the driver. Every time I get into the car, I will take out the scrolling screen prepared in advance. "I am mute, please do not strike up a conversation." The moment the cell phone disliked me, realized that the driver is a cool and reserved big handsome man. Handsome enough to be used to run a drop car, can't afford to sit in a luxury car under his backdrop. Looked at the cell phone screen again and again, frozen for a long time. Only mute voice asked me where to go. Seeing the photo made me realize the look on Liam Carter's face when he lost his cool. Turns out it wasn't because I got on the wrong bus. It wasn't for kicking me off the bus on the spot, and it wasn't because of my fictional mute identity. It was that I looked like his first love. The office was silent for a split second before the sound of conversation resumed. "What about this one at home? Timid and mute. Shouldn't be able to see anyone." I didn't listen any further. I turned around and left. If I didn't leave, I wouldn't be able to restrain my emotions. I laughed out loud on the spot. 3 years, 3 whole years, 3 years of playing dumb. Finally, it's time to break up. H1 class equals /paragraph title /03/H1 too happy to sleep at all. I turned my back to Liam Carter, unlocked my phone and tapped into the Trophy Girlfriend Mutual Help Group. This is before accompanying Liam Carter to socialize, was pulled in by an enthusiastic young lady in the private room. The ultimate goal of the group members is to get the sky-high breakup FEE.to realize economic freedom and retire flat. I didn't hold back to share it in the group. Liam Carter's first love is coming back home soon. When the news came out, all the night owls who hadn't slept yet were blown out. Congratulations JoJo, Envy Sisters, my home this no first love, raw no love version. After a burst of envy, Scarlett curiously at me. Mr.Gu is so rich and generous to you, he must give a lot of breakup fee. Liam Carter has always been generous to me, $500,000 in pocket money every month, sends bags and jewelry every now and then. Occasionally, He would even give me a luxury car and a mansion out of the blue. Didn't ask for a luxury car or a mansion. After all, the poor simply cannot afford to keep a luxury car. I can't afford to pay the property management fee of the mansion either. It's not easy to take away, and you have to find an agent to resell it. Socially anxious people are devastated just thinking about it. So the only way to get rich is with Liam Carter's breakup fee. Millions, or tens of millions. The more I think about it, the more excited I get. Twisting in bed, the next moment I was dragged into the arms of a man. Don't you want to sleep? The hot body ambled up again. I fought off the man with my arms and legs in fear, putting my hands together under my face, indicating that he'll be asleep in a minute. I have to go to the airport tomorrow to pick up someone very important to me. I brushed open my newly closed eyes. Liam Carter asked, pretending not to notice. Are you going along? I was dumbfounded. Who me? Asking me if I want to come along? The understudy to pick up First Love. It intended to piss off First Love on the spot. I shook my head vigorously. Liam Carter gave me a fixed look. You're a coward. I'll see you when you want to. Liam Carter has always followed me. When we first got together, he offered me a job. After I refused, he has not mentioned it again. I am socially anxious as a geek. I don't have to go out to work. And I can live a life where I have to feed and clothe myself. Am actually still a little reluctant to leave. Emotions uncontrollably fell into a depression. This time, the cell phone vibrated. It was a text message notification of a bank card transfer. Shouldn't be back tomorrow night, so I may not have time to accompany you for the next 2 days. Take this money and buy whatever you like. I ignored Liam Carter, and my eyes were glowing as I stared at the screen of my cell phone. 10, 10, 100, 1,000, 100,000, 100,000, 1 million. 1 million, rubbed his eyes, rolled them over and counted them again. 8 figures indeed. Liam Carter gave $30 million for the breakup. $30 million. Poor people get rich at first sight. Money washed over me. I was so excited. I blurted out, thank you, sir, you're too generous. 4 eyes met. The atmosphere suddenly froze. That's it. I'm so happy. I forgot I'm a mute. That's how people can be so polite. After realizing what I had done, I covered my mouth in vain, and my waist went limp and my body slipped, the whole person buried into the quilt, and the next instant, was violently lifted up by a man pinching the back of his neck. Little mute. The little girl who had been held at the tip of her heart and spoiled for 3 years suddenly wasn't mute. Liam Carter was simply infuriated. Don't tell me this is a medical marvel. H1 class equals / paragraph title / 04/H1. Haha, this joke is not funny at all. There was nowhere to hide. Order to block the scorching sight that swept over my body. Had to cover my face with my dead hands. Little mute, speak. I shook my head, my voice muffled. Mutes don't speak. Liam Carter pinched his brow, looking at the blush in front of him. The little girl who hated to hide was a little helpless. There nothing you want to say? I bit my lip, a little confused. Yes, I lied to him by pretending to be mute. Don't defend myself. And the breakup fee has already been paid. What else do you want to say? I have nothing to say, but obviously, I have to say something at the moment. Change your mind. Think about what Liam Carter wants to hear and loves to hear. Suddenly, a flash of insight. Brother, Liam Carter's breath catches. As a man of culture, I desperately tried to remember what I had read in days gone by. Those indescribable color novels. Picking and choosing, I finally found a sentence I could say. You're incredible, amazing, people love it. I stumbled over the quip, uneasily moving the 2 fingers covering my eyes, glancing at Liam Carter's expression. Eyebrows were raised and the corners of his mouth weren't tight. Didn't seem angry? Playing dumb to avoid it for so long hadn't worked out after all. A good thing. Tonight was the last night of being a trophy girlfriend. I racked my brain going through all the inventory in my head. And why brother is so good at night. He's pounding like he's on drugs. Liam Carter's face darkens instantly. What did you say? Say that again. I gulped. Was there something wrong with that statement? Was it just that he didn't like listening to his brother? It's true, Liam Carter is older after all. He couldn't appreciate the feelings of his siblings. Heart beating like a drum, I found the courage to repeat it. Big guy, great night. The rest of the sentence was swallowed up in a sticky mess. It was swallowed by the sticky intertwining. The man grabbed my hand, which I didn't know where to put. Further and further down, Liam Carter's dark eyes glowed a little green in the dim wall light. Little mute, yell again. It was getting light. The man was so excited it was as if he had opened the door to a new world. Buried my wet head into the pillow, dizzily. I thought, fortunately, I was wise earlier and pretended to be dumb for 3 years. otherwise, definitely would have died in bed, right? H1 class equals / paragraph title / 05 / H1. It was afternoon when I woke up again. The whole body aches, shouting all night. The voice is even more hoarse to the point of not being able to speak. This time really become mute. I dragged my prosthetic leg downstairs. Mrs. Wilson saw me. She nodded her head in greeting and turned into the kitchen to bring the warm porridge to the table. After doing this, she was like a conch girl, disappears without a word. Liam Carter knows I don't like to touch strangers, so it was instructed from the beginning. Everyone coming in and out of the house should lower their presence. Quite friendly to the socially anxious. The more I think about it, the more I realize that Liam Carter is actually quite nice, rich, beautiful, fine when he should be fine, thick enough when he shouldn't be. The only drawback is having another woman in mind. Ugh. I was depressed for 3 seconds. My hand inadvertently clicked on the $30 million transfer record. It seems as if I don't love you that much anymore. My heart is too small to hold only money as for Liam Carter. Forget it, for the sake of his being so nice. Let's help him out. So I thought. I flopped back into bed, flipping through the novel in the bookshelf. Chapter 1. First love back home. Yes, that's all that's needed. Study. Half an hour later, my liver aches from the anger of the ungrateful hero and heroine. Exit the novel with an expressionless face. Tap WeChat and send Liam Carter a kitten probe emoji. Liam Carter replied in seconds. Wake up. Mrs. Wilson warmed the congee for you. Eat good food again in the evening. Don't be greedy. Does it still hurt any better? A man of skill asks if you're tired. A man of great ability asks you if you're in pain and if you're feeling better. I buried myself under the covers and stomped my legs. It took me a long time to reply in a cool voice. Liam Carter didn't reply for another second, probably busy. Took the opportunity to share the public message. ID scoured. Don't miss her. A man's words are better than his actions. 30 tips for chasing girls. The throwing yourself at her. After posting nearly a dozen, I was able to click on the game with a sense of peace. This time, I played for more than 2 hours. Looking at the messages again, I realized that Liam Carter had replied long ago. Received. What does that mean? What do you mean I got it? What do you mean I got it? The next moment, I received a call from Liam Carter's assistant. Confused, I went downstairs and opened the door. The person on the other end pulled out a black card and handed it to me. Ms. Wynn, this is the secondary card. MRG, you asked me to bring you. My 2 eyes stared like ruffled eggs. Give to me? Ethan's usual taut robot-like expression collapsed in this instant. Ms. Wynn, aren't you? You dumb, face-to-face. Like, didn't tell him the truth. Look at this mess. Give the elite CPU our dry burning. After listening to the explanation, Ethan pushed up his glasses. His brain resumed functioning. I'm sorry. I'm the one who's being paranoid. I pursed my lips and changed the topic with extreme embarrassment. Heard that MRGU is going to pick up an important person this afternoon. Ethan nodded his head. Yes, Miss One. Would you like to come along? The understudy went to pick up First Love. You straight men are crazy. I smiled sarcastically. It's not appropriate, is it? Ethan didn't know what came to mind. He changed his words. It's a bit sudden. It's better to be psychologically prepared before going to meet. What's going on? Can't we not meet this first love? I immediately skirted around the topic. Liam Carter is so busy. Pick up. Did you help him prepare flowers, gifts, and so on? Tonight to pick up the dust a little. Don't worry about that, Ms. Wynn. Mr. Gu arranged it last month. H1 class equals / paragraph title / 06 / H1. It was prepared last month. Oh, so much attention. I looked down at the black card in my hand. Couldn't tell you what the mood was, some sour and bitter. In the end, together for 3 years, it's impossible to be completely free of mood swings. In order to prevent myself from having miscellaneous thoughts, after saying goodbye to Ethan, I returned to my bed to play games. Hard to play games until the early hours of the morning. I played until my eyes were sore and I was dizzy. The cell phone is thrown away, directly passed out, half awake, half asleep. I heard the door open. I was knocking on my eyes, hazily swept into the dim light. The man's naked back. Mountain-like broad and developed back muscles. The strong, lean, narrow waist and back groove fell sharply from the center. To dream of Liam Carter? I spat at myself with hatred. Rolled over and went back to sleep. No sleep had sunk in yet. Warm, cool lips landed on my forehead. It rolled over to my eyelids, the tip of my nose, and finally landed on my red, swollen lips. Oh. I was a little disoriented by the kiss, jerking awake as Liam Carter fishes for my legs. The whole thing instantly bounced off the bed. Turns out I wasn't dreaming just now. What are you doing back here? Liam Carter had just come out of the bathroom, wearing only a white bath towel. The dim wall lamp illuminated the white shimmering skin. 8-pack abs blatantly seduced me, both front and back. I can only think of one word to describe this man, juggernaut. Licking my lips, I was suddenly a little thirsty. Can't you come back? Liam Carter explained as he glanced at the clock. Working overtime a bit late, good thing things are done, no rush to the office tomorrow. I was confused. Working late? Didn't you put everything off to pick up the plane? Did Hirasuk tell you? Liam Carter spread his hands helplessly. She changed her flight without telling me. I waited at the airport for 3 hours before I realized she hadn't boarded. Guess she's still mad at me for that. Smacked my lips when I heard this. Why does this first love sound so difficult to coax? But thinking about it, it's true. If it was easy to coax, they would have gotten together long ago. There would be nothing for me to do. Liam Carter finished his speech and waved at me. I guess it's still swollen. Come here and let me take a look. If it were before, I would have buried my head in shame, would still obediently go over. But now, did you see the message I sent you on Twitter? Liam Carter nods. There's no limit on that card, so feel free to swipe it. Not enough to throw in the towel. Damn. Another ticked-off moment. I avert my eyes with difficulty. Men who don't love themselves are like rotten cabbage. Liam Carter obviously didn't get what I was saying. Patting the seat beside him, makes me sit down and talk. Surveyed warily, confirmation that the man's eyes are exceptionally normal. Even a few hints of going into sage mode. Only then did he wheedle his way over to sit down assiduously. The past is the past. The present is the present. No matter what kind of barrier or misunderstanding exists, two people want to be together. The first thing they should do is to break off any relationship they shouldn't have. And then give someone the right to stand by your side, so she can feel secure. Liam Carter pondered. And what do you suggest? To prevent Liam Carter and First Love from pulling a fast one. Misunderstandings for hundreds of chapters. Decided to fast forward straight to the grand finale. Propose. Since they love each other, my suggestion is to just get married. H1 class equals / paragraph title /07 H1. After that day, Liam Carter was really busy. Only, he didn't kick me out. He still fed me well. I don't understand. Could it be that he wanted to keep his foot in the door? I sent my guess to the group. Scarlett quickly replied, normal. Men are such creatures. Love of the heart is above the waist. Love of the flesh is below the waist. Love's first love, and he loves you as a red rose. Hammered the bed in indignation. Surely Liam Carter was no good either. No, this can't go on. If he doesn't kick me out, I'll just go on my own. Pulled up my suitcase and went around to the check room. I found that there are a few things to take away. I don't like shopping. Liam Carter just packs all the new seasonal products, send them straight to your home. If you can fit them in your home, you can put them there. If you can't, you can clean up a bunch of old ones and put them somewhere else. Come to think of it, I think Liam Carter bought another house in the neighborhood just for this reason. That time, he said he wanted to transfer it to my name, but it was too much trouble for me to go out, and it was not a good idea. So I refused. I picked up my favorite clothes and bags and packed them up. If I can't take them with me, I'll sneak out and send some. When I came back, I bumped into Ethan. He handed me a form. Ms. 1, I'm planning to propose to my girlfriend. Can you help me fill out this questionnaire? I scanned it. There was a question about whether one preferred Chinese or Western style, and whether you prefer an outdoor or indoor setting, whether you mind the presence of relatives or friends, and so on. There were a lot of questions and they were very detailed. Shouldn't you ask your girlfriend? Ethan's expression was a bit stiff. My girlfriend is similar to Ms. 1. The proposal was a surprise, so it's not a good idea to ask her directly. I keenly caught that something was wrong. Ethan's eyes drifted a bit, not daring to meet his eyes. You don't like me, do you? That's never going to happen. He coughed to explain. I mean, the personality is very similar to Ms. 1. The rest is still very different. It still felt weird, but I still took the form and filled it out. Socially anxious people, we must have chosen an indoor place, considering that a proposal needs atmosphere. You need witnesses. If you're proposing, you should have met your relatives and friends in advance, instead of having strangers present. Not as good as relatives and friends. So Phil don't mind. Just like that, I substitute the perspective to click and analyze, and fill out the form. I wish you happiness. Herschel took the form and put it away. No, your happiness. What? I told you this guy was weird. H1 class equals / paragraph title / 08 H1. Mr.Gu is going to propose to First Love. I heard First Love loves dolphins and will propose at the aquarium. Is it so plain and simple? I thought it would be at least as romantic and grand as a citywide big screen placement and fireworks display. I couldn't hold back my speech as I peeked at this line. It's too embarrassing to have a citywide screen display. An aquarium would be great, the animals are cute and the seawater is romantic. My words were quickly ignored. They discussed the jewelry that would come with the proposal. Put away my phone in boredom. Suddenly I realized that first love doesn't just look like me, hobbies are also similar. It's amazing that there are two people in the world who look so much alike, it's really rare. Had just finished eating melon in the group and met the person in question in the evening. Liam Carter put his jacket on the coat rack offhandedly. He asked the day after tomorrow. The company is fine, let's go to the aquarium to hang out. Hearing the word aquarium, I instantly thought of a marriage proposal. Just the two of us? Liam Carter came closer. It can be just us if you don't mind. What's this all about? It's all lost on me. Asked straight out. What about Vivian? She's not coming. Liam Carter's hands were tugging at his tie and he turned to stare at me. You know all about it, I nodded. Not. Surprisingly, I should have known. Not a sudden snap at the waist, feet dangling in the air, the next instant being placed sideways in the man's lap. He lowers his head slightly and touches my forehead lightly. Don't worry, she'll like you. I froze. What do you mean she'll like me? Raising trophy girlfriends so brightly. Couldn't hold back a bit, ducked away from Liam Carter's kissing lips. Dirty. Liam Carter, who was inexplicably scolded, had a flash of doubt in his eyes. With his arms empty, the little girl thumped away. Had the bullying been too much? Unsure, he chased her into the bedroom. All he saw was a back that rolled away all the covers. Oh, one is allowed in the house. You sleep in the den tonight. The man's hand slipped under the covers. Just remembered I'm a trophy girlfriend. Waited for Liam Carter to get mad. Instead, I just waited until the covers were ripped off. It's not airy, don't suffocate. The hand slid down to a soothing pat on the back. Be a good boy and I want touch. You. With those words Liam Carter crossed over to me and whisked away the other pillow. He leaves the bedroom. A tight heart begins to beat uncontrollably. Squeezed sweaty palms. Wincho, you're such a love brain. Banged my head hard against the bed several times, admonished myself, can't put it off, tomorrow must go, H1 class equals /paragraph title /09/H1. Liam Carter had been a little restless since morning. A project document was read over and over again, and still he couldn't sign it. Suddenly did not know what came to mind, called Hershey into the office. Did you talk to Wen Xiao about Vivian? He assistant froze. It was Ms. Wen who took the initiative to ask me about the pickup. Like a thunderous explosion, Liam Carter jerked up, his voice tightening. Did you say who Vivian was? Hershey was a bit overwhelmed. Didn't Mr.Gu tell Ms. Wen? Very well, Liam Carter grimaced, finally realizing what was wrong with. Sleeping in the study last night, had to hurry back and explain to the little ancestor at home. Just then, there was a knock on the office. Mr. Gu, there's a delivery from Ms. Wen. Unwrapping it, it was the black card that had been sent out. Liam Carter felt that things were starting to go wrong. The phone hadn't been dialed yet. Received a message from Wen Xiao first. You and your first love proposed, and am going back home to my childhood crush. Wish us all a happy future. Hug. Immediately called over. Discovered that Wen Xiao had already pulled the plug on him. Silk watched as Liam Carter's expression gradually stiffened, slowly raising his eyes. Even the muscles on his cheeks were twitching vaguely to an expression of a wife who had been cuckolded. Buy me a plane ticket. The kind that leaves right now. H1 class equals /paragraph title /10/H1. Actually, that bamboo horse line wasn't really a lie to Liam Carter. I do have to find a brother I knew at an early age. Airplane landing, transfer. A drumbeat to my destination. But standing in front of the neighborhood, I chickened out again. How can I find someone? Ask them one by one. After so many years, would they have moved away? People were coming and going in front of the neighborhood, but I felt like I was rooted to the ground. I can't move my legs. An older man brushed past my shoulder, turned around and gave me a puzzled look. This is a good time to ask questions. But I opened my mouth, but I couldn't say anything. A pretty little girl at a young age, but it's a pity she's mute. The Moncler outlet store loud voice instantly attracted a crowd of spectators. In unison, all the passers-by in front of the neighborhood. They all looked at me, whispering and pointing, uncontrollable nervousness, breathlessness, blackness. The sky was spinning. The moment I fall, a pair of gentle hands catches me. A makeshift paper tube over my mouth and nose. A hand gently patted my chest. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. The visitor disperses all onlookers, patiently smoothing out the air. There is also a man in my memory, holding me up when I was down. Jojo is great, and by no means is she useless. Be a good girl. Hang in there, we'll be running out of here in a minute. Not sister, you'll have to call me brother when we meet again. It was like a fog in front of my eyes, so I couldn't really see it. Brother, shouted subconsciously. Be good, don't be nervous. The familiar words slowly calmed me down. I regained my senses, realized that I had recognized the wrong person, panicked and apologized. I'm sorry sis, for the trouble. The person smiled from ear to ear. She turned to talk to the person behind her. Call me sister, you're such a sweet-talking kid. I'm going to get eyelash extensions, a manicure, and a wig to look like a sister too. Probed and saw a grandmother with gray hair and a cane, and then I turned my head to look at the sister holding me up. Only then did I realize it wasn't any sister. Instead, it was a well-maintained grandmother who was ahead of the fashion trends. She helped me up. This is my neighbor. She was a doctor when she was younger. And she's the one who first noticed that you weren't in the right state. I quickly thanked her. Both grandmothers were very welcoming and invited me home as their guest. Took the opportunity to inquire about the person I was looking for. However, there was too little information known, plus the two grandmothers. One had just returned home and the other had just been discharged from the hospital, not very knowledgeable about the current residents of the neighborhood. It's fine. Jojo often comes to the house as a guest. My sister will help you poke around a shameless. The little girl is polite. You really call yourself a sister. She's not reliable, but I'll ask her for you. Am well liked. And there's no one in the neighborhood who doesn't know me. I don't believe you. Your mouth. I don't believe that you are well liked. The two argued again. I stepped out of the room and retracted my foot. I squeezed into the middle of the two grandmothers and started to persuade them to fight. It's all good, don't argue. Both sisters. H1 class equals /paragraph title /11/H1. By the time I stepped out of the neighborhood again, it was already dark. Tea was already dark. Walked aimlessly down the road. The footsteps were unruffled, but slow. The quiet darkness of the night fostered loneliness. I seemed to have nowhere to go. Wincho. It seemed like someone was calling me. I turned my head to look in the direction of the voice. The small electric donkey rode through the center aisle. It blocked the incoming rush. Little dummy. There was some noise around me, but I could clearly hear the man's cold voice. You've got wings, you've got the guts to go that far on your own. Liam Carter seems to be particularly unlucky today. The ticket was bought in a hurry and only the business seat was left. Was close to 59 and squeezed into the seat with his legs bent. Also ran into a bare child who kept making a lot of noise. Got off the plane and took a taxi to Wenqiao's mailing address, but found that people did not come back at all. It was hard to find Scarlett's cell phone number. Wenqiao's only better friend, she should know where Wenqiao went. The phone was just connected. The head is a scolding. Before I could defend myself, I was blackmailed again. But all the depression in the bottom of the heart in this moment to see Wenqiao dissipated. The small donkey in the way finally drove away. Liam Carter breathed a long sigh of relief. With a few strides, he walked up to the little girl. Cupping her face, he lowered his head to his forehead. Jojo, be good. The two were close. The speaking voice was not loud. The soft tone sounded a little coaxing and helpless. What brings you here? Came to see you. The evening breeze made my eyes water. The tip of his nose was suddenly sore. Liam Carter, why are you like this? In this moment, I could no longer fool myself. I cried and yelled at him at the same time. Liam Carter, you big scum, you obviously have someone you like. Why are you messing with me? Liam Carter was heartbroken and wanted to laugh. Wenqiao, is it so hard to see that I like you? Huh? I froze. Stupidly, I asked, what about Vivian? Isn't that your first love? Isn't that your only term of endearment? Liam Carter sighed. Hearing is believing, seeing is believing. I'll take you to meet her and you'll know. H1 class equals /paragraph title /12/H1. Liam Carter dragged me down the block, jabbered in the background. Why do you like me? Why don't you call me by my full name, instead of Vivian, and call me so affectionately? Liam Carter, you're not really what Scarlett says you are you? Love of the heart and love of the body. You don't love me in the body and Vivian in the heart, do you? Liam Carter's forehead jumped as he listened. She covered my mouth. Little mute, speak less. I broke his hand. Call me a good girl when you like it, but call me a little mute when you don't. Liam Carter, be nice, cut it out. I covered my face. To calm myself down, thinking carefully. There were actually a lot of misunderstandings in there. Maybe Vivian was an underage little girl, or a pet. Then again, first love doesn't have to have a life. Or maybe it's a bowl of egg fried rice that you can't forget. I guessed in the back of my mind, does your Vivian live in this neighborhood too? I poked Liam Carter. You see her later, don't be so mushy, just call her by her full name. what if I get the wrong idea again? Liam Carter glanced at me slyly. Her expression was a bit hard to describe, but she still agreed under my coercion. Haha, and now the master of the house, my surroundings were becoming more and more familiar. Until I stood in front of the door of the room I'd just visited that afternoon. Liam Carter rang the doorbell. The door opened and there was the trendy sister she had met that afternoon. What are you doing here? Can't I come? There was something strange about the atmosphere between the two. Was Vivian her granddaughter? It makes sense. I poked my head out from behind Liam Carter to say hello, sister. Then I kicked Liam Carter. Cue him to say hello. Liam Carter freezes, took a deep breath, closed his eyes hard. Bull Vivian. Confused face? Trendy sister. Bull Vivian herself. Sad face. Brat, how many times have I told you not to call me by my full name? Confused face. I think you just want to piss me off and inherit my legacy early. Liam Carter raised an eyebrow. You won't let me call you grandma. You say it'll make you older and discourage you from getting a second wind, and you won't let me call you by your full name, saying it's too old-fashioned to be a cow, and I can't share your pain with an old man who died too soon. It was fine to call you Vivian before, but now your granddaughter-in-law minds and wants me to change my name. Vivian Nyo was in the middle of her anger when her attention was pulled away by the words granddaughter-in-law. She snapped her head around to look at me, was so scared that I shrank back behind Liam Carter. It's over. The sky is falling, whose eldest grandson calls his grandmother Vivian. Yox, your grandson is here. The neighbor's grandma heard the noise and opened the door. Vivian the cow was instantly furious. You're the one with the big mouth. Do you think your last name is Ma? Grandmama readily admitted. It's really not nice. I admit that I've been an ox all my life. I won't run away from it, she said, which is like you this old, not shy. But also grandson called you Vivian. A battle of the century is about to break out. Tried to go forward to persuade the fight. Was dragged into the room by Liam Carter. Don't worry, they've always been like this. Grandmama used to operate on her grandma for Jiao. Then she was hired by the Ku family to take care of her health, and they've been bickering like this for half their lives. Now in their old age, they're in the opposite health condition. Grandmama was just discharged from the hospital, and Grandma just found out a few days before she went back to China and changed her flight, so I didn't receive her that day. H1 class equals /paragraph title /13/H1 The quiet living room. Vivian looked at her eldest grandson and then at her granddaughter-in-law. Boy, such a nice girl, and you're telling me she's a dummy. Liam Carter, when people are embarrassed, they get really busy. Brush my hair, turn my head to survey the house, trying to avoid Liam Carter's eyes. Vivian's not counting on the oldest grandson, anyway. No matter what, there's finally a nice-smelling, soft little girl to dress up. She rubbed her hands together in excitement, cringed, chills running down my back. Neither of us left this night. I surveyed the room. I didn't realize Mr.G you used to live so low-key? Liam Carter explains, the old man didn't like Mavericks. I grew up going to public school with them, and it didn't make much of a difference other than knowing that this whole neighborhood was owned by the Gu family. Me? Confused face, Versailles? Glares at Liam Carter, turning my head. My eyes are drawn to the picture on the desk. Sister. In disbelief, I went forward and grabbed the picture, holding it up next to Liam Carter. You're the pretty sister who took me away when I was a kid. Liam Carter's face darkened helplessly. He circled the person into his arms. Good boy. I said I'll see you again and call you brother. H1 class equals /paragraph title /14/H1 When I was 5 years old, I was sold by my stepfather to a human trafficker. More than just buying and selling people, they also left a few well-controlled children. Let them go out and beg along the streets. Originally they wanted to break my legs, that way I'd look pathetic. And get more money. She's cute. A bruised sister in the corner shielded in her arms. They don't let people with broken legs into the mall, so she can go inside and beg. They looked at each other for a few moments and were convinced. From that day on, a woman took me to the mall to beg. Whenever she met someone, she forced me to hold their legs. The other party does not give money. I won't let go of my hand, crying and begging. Within a week, I became the best performer in the begging group. The treatment I received was also the best. Often secretly left food for the sister who helped me. She had bruises all over her body and burns on her face. She told me not to be afraid. She also told me there was a way out. She wasn't lying. He got out. When we parted, she told me she was a boy and Grandma was going to have an operation. She wore a dress to make her happy. Didn't expect to be knocked out and trafficked just after leaving the hospital. Liam Carter was a little helpless when he said that. It's still An outrageous thing to think about. When I got better, I didn't come back to find you. The source of the misunderstanding occurred to me. That picture was me. Liam Carter nods. It was found on the internet, a snapshot of you when you were enrolled in school. Plus the school's camera took it a little distorted, so you weren't impressed. I'll see you again. You should know. Goddamn it. I'm so sorry, but my first love is me. H1 class equals / paragraph title / 15 / H1 Liam Carter's proposal was a success. Before the wedding reception, my biggest problem was getting 4 bridesmaids. Scarlett was afraid of being killed on the spot. And didn't dare to come. The others didn't seem to know each other well, ran to the study in agony for help. Vegetables, please, people, beg. Looking up, the first thing I saw was the man's superior stern jawline, the sculpted, 3-dimensional bridge of his nose, and the rimless glasses on top. Didn't hold back and gulped. Brother big guy, the throat clamped down so hard it could drip. Their sticky gazes sparked in the air. Liam Carter bends down, picking up the pouting girl clinging to his leg with one hand. He kicked in the bedroom door, was usually cool and reserved. In bed, he's a rascal. I climbed down with soft legs. Before I hit the ground, I was once again dragged back by the wrist. Good boy, shouted wrong. Husband. Liam Carter looked like a mysterious switch had been flipped. Say it again. Throat smoking. When was this going to end? Suddenly I started to miss it, those days of being a mute in Liam Carter's bed.